So basically what has happened, what originally happened was Drosnin comes out with these findings, and these rabbis jump on board. These non-believing rabbis jump on board. They say, "Oh my word, yes, within the Torah we can find all these Bible codes." Okay, and they say, "Well, the interesting thing about these Bible codes is that within the Torah it's just 5 books. It's a very small piece of work considering." Okay, and basically, you're not going to be able to find this same phenomenon within small works to the accuracy that we find in the Torah. That's the argument. But then what do? Then they say, wait, it doesn't just work in the Torah, it works in the entire Tanakh, the Old Testament.
And it works in the King James Version.
Well, see, yeah, and so now you have people saying, well, it works in the Tanakh. So now all of a sudden those 5 books go to this huge plethora of books. Okay, but here's the problem with all of this. Automatically, what codex are you going to use for the Torah? Are you going to use Sinaiticus?
They use like Leningrad Codex.
Exactly, they're all different. That's the point.
Because if there's one letter different, if they put a vav in one or a cholim in another, it shifts everything off.
What about are you going to use the Qumran? Because in the Qumran scrolls, they write everything out fully. Well, I mean, for the most part. So now you have a totally different count of letters.
Yeah. This is crazy.
And so
I would not be surprised. Like some of these where you see Torah or something. I think there are things that are like checksums. So the scribes, they could check a Torah scroll pretty quickly. They could look at a certain place because the same letters are going to be in the same places. And who knows? Maybe that was just a way that a certain textual tradition was preserved by saying, "Hey, if you see a Torah scroll, you just scroll through it real quick and look for specific things. And if it doesn't add up, then you know that there's errors. There are certain, it wasn't copied by a kosher scribe or something. It doesn't have to mean." Well, here's the mysterious.
Here's the other problem. If you're going to use the whole
checksum, they call it a checksum data or something like that.
If you're going to use the entire Tanakh, the entire Old Testament, then what order of books are you going to put the books in?
Yeah, that's another. Yeah, there you
go. Because
if you're spanning, if your sequences are spanning multiple books of the Bible, that's another problem.
Yeah, because if you have your stone Tanakh, then and you try, and somebody says, okay, open up to First Chronicles, and the person next to you has an ESV, and you're used to using an ESV. Guess what? Chronicles is not in the same place that it normally is. So there's that problem. Okay, so I wrote a little bit of this. I say,
but this guy we just listened to, he's not even dealing with Hebrew or Greek, right?
And that's the bigger point. Basically, this guy didn't realize it, but he's disproven these people who are now using the KJV. This is one way that the KJV only people say that. Oh, see, look, we got the inspired text. Well, they're not using the 1611.
Oh.
They're not using the 1611 King James version anyway. So that's number one. They're using the later copy from the 1700s, and basically they're saying, "Oh, see, look, the KJV is the inspired text." But what they've done now is they've taken English, and they've proven that a book. Now they've added, so now they have all 66 books, new and old. And what they've done is they've proven that no, these Bible codes actually don't work. They can work in any book is basically what has gone on.